Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all a story of this kid in my elementary school, uh, who was the coolest kid in school. His name was his name was his name was Skittle Blackberry, and he so this kid in my elementary school, his name was Skittle Blackberry, and he would always come into class on a motorcycle, and he would rev it like, vroom, vroom. And one time he revved it into this girl. She was in a wheelchair, and she had a little fan hooked up to her oxygen tank. He revved his exhaust into her oxygen tank, and he fucking killed her. And then, so that was that was sad. But so he revved it one day, came into class, on his hog, and he so he came in and he would there was this row of desks. I don't know why they kept making these kids sit here, but they would line these kids up, and like there's five desks of like, I think it was like Mercado, uh Elizabeth, Feliz, and Droopy, and they would line these kids up, and he would run in. Skittle Blackberry would come in on his motorcycle and just run through them every day. And they made these. They were like, they like asked to change seats, but they wouldn't let them. And it was so fucking cruel. Um, the teacher was named, God. What was her name? Oh my God. Oh, her name was Chuck Mayonnaise. Yeah, yeah, because her husband was Mr. Mayonnaise. He was big, and he would always come in the class and like rest his belly on this girl's desk. It was so weird. He would rest his belly on this girl's desk, and like every time he picked it up, there would be a new kind of like thing underneath. It was so weird, but I don't know how they kept letting her husband come in there. But anyway, Skittle Blackberry pulls up and he just knocks these kids out. Comes in, and he has one of those motors. He has one of the helmets with the mohawks on it. Oh my god, it was so fucking cool. It was like red and shit. Had a flame right here and a mohawk. He'd be like, "What the fuck is up, bitch?" And then he shot the teacher in the face. And she couldn't do anything. Like he did this every day. He shot her in the face. It was fucking crazy. And then he would sit down, and he had a PlayStation. No, he didn't have. No, it wasn't a PlayStation. He sat down and he would pull out this crossword book, and he would start doing the crosswords, and he'd put his feet on the kid's head in front of him. I think his name was like Puny Fuck. And he would put his feet on the kid's head, and he would just rest there and do the crossword. And like every time he needed help, he'd shout out to Mr. Mayonnaise. He'd be like, "Hey, hey, Big Mayo." And I think they were friends because they had this kind of camaraderie. Be like, "Hey, Big Mayo, what's a yellow frisbee type snack?" Mr. May would be like, "That's a chip, son." Smack his big old belly, jiggle it on this girl's desk, pick it up. There's like a pencil under there or something, or like a dog. And then, but yeah, he'd be like, "Classic Mayo." Skittle Blackberry is so fucking cool. Um, at recess, he would go around shooting kids, like, not with a gun, but with like he had this, he had the slingshot. Oh my God. And he would just fire rocks straight through kids' heads with this slingshot. And then a girl would walk by, he'd hit that. And every day he would come in with a new tattoo. I remember one time he came in, he was like, "Hey, Chuck." That's what they call me. They called me Chuck Fuck in elementary school. And he would call me, he said, "Chuck Fuck, look at this." Pull up his fucking sleeve, and there would be a massive tattoo of like this dragon eating a fucking clock with a lion on it. And he was like, "This is time. This symbolizes how my fucking parents don't give a shit, and I get whatever tattoo I want." And I was like, "That's fucking dope, dude." And he's like, "Yeah, I fucking know." And then he'd shoot the teacher in the face with a fucking rock and the thing. Anyway, so one day we were sitting at lunch one day, and the lunch lady. So Skittle Blackberry had like some weird, he had some weird like allergy or something, where he could never eat the lunch that was there. So they always had to bring in like a truck full of like 500 pizzas. and they'd keep the pizzas in the back. Skittle Blackberry would go through. He'd look through every pizza, and only one of them would have poop on it. And he would have to do the scavenger hunt at lunch for the pizza with the most poop on it. And he would eat all the poop pizza. And I was like, why are you eating poop if you're so cool? So then everyone in our school started eating poop because he was so cool, and we couldn't get over it. Um, and then yeah, so he would eat all the poop at lunch, and the lunch monitors were furious because that slingshot comes back, and he starts hucking poop across the cafeteria into people's food. It was like, I don't know how this was legal. I think he was 18 too. It was crazy. He was 18. He was 18. I was 5 in first grade, and he was just hucking poop at these elementary schoolers, and they let him. Like, they did not give a flying F. Stands for fuck, if you were wondering. But he dated this girl. She was 45. Her name was Fiona Big Bagalones, because she had big boobies, so everyone called her V Bigs, very big boobies. They call her V Big Booby. And and at lunch, he would rub poop all over her. That's so stupid. um, he ate her poop, and okay, yeah. So yeah, one day his dragon tattoo came to life and came off his arm, and it started biting all the kids in the class. And he had a little piece of newspaper roller. Get down, stop it. Um, he was a pro wrestler, but not like actual wrestling. He was like WWE. So he would come into the class and choke slam kids off the back of their desk, like onto the ground, and then he'd elbow them in the head. I swear one time oh my God, what did he do? He choke slammed this girl, then grabbed her leg, put her foot in her mouth, and he called it the Ouroboros, and he started spinning her like that, and rolled her like a bowling ball into the same kids that he kept hitting with his motorcycle. He rolled her like a bowling ball in the back of the classroom. These kids just went flying. Like, I don't even know, like, genetically, like, I think they went to the hospital. Yeah. Yeah, I think they went to the hospital, but then, so he was 18, 45-year-old girlfriend checks out. And then I think he would always go to his girlfriend's house after school because they drive away together. Um, and you never see it, but I think she would drive the motorcycle back from school. That's not even like an important detail. I was just like kind of weirded out because I thought Skittles Blackberry would always drive his own motorcycle. Anyway, I just had to get that off my chest. I've been holding that in since like elementary school. So thanks for watching.